Okay, good morning, class. So at this point I've explained to you your trinomials and how to factorize trinomials. I gave you our homework. It was book B, book C, worksheet 2 to 4. Okay, so I'm going to put here book C. Book C, worksheet 2. Okay, so that's just to remind you of the rules as we're moving along. Okay, it's very important to understand this factorization. So let's look at number 1. You are given x squared plus 5x plus 6. So where do we start? We start with the product line. So what goes on the line? 1 and 1, 1 and 6, 2 and 3. We add or subtract the products? We add them. So it's 2 times 1 is 2 and 1 times 3 is 3. You add it, you get 5. So in the bracket goes a x and a 2 and x and a 3. What about our signs? Same sign. Both is going to be positive. Let's go with number 2. It's going to be x squared plus 8x plus 15. Where do we start? Start with the product line. Good morning, my girl. How are you doing, my girl? You okay? So the product line goes 1 and 1, 1 and 15, 3 and 5. Do we add or subtract the products? We add them. So 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 3 is 3. You add it, you get 8. So it's a 1 and a 3, so it's an x and a 3 and x and a 5. Since that is plus, what can we say about our signs? Both is going to be the same. Middle term is plus, so both is plus. Okay? We got number 3. Number 3 we got x squared plus 5x plus 4. So we have a product line, not so. What goes on the line? 1 and 1, 1 and 4, 2 and 2. Do we add or subtract the products? We add them. So 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 1 is 1. You add it, you get 5. So in the bracket goes a 1 and a 1. So it's going to be an x and a 1 and then a x and a 4. Okay. What about those signs? Same sign, opposite sign? Same, because of that is plus. Both is going to be positive. Okay. On the other side of it, okay, number 4. So what goes on the line? 1 and 1 and 1 and 8. The factors of 1 is 1 and 1. The factors of 8 is 1 and 8, 2 and 4. 1 times 8 is 8, 2 times 4 is 8. Do we add or subtract? Add or subtract the products? You're going to add the products. So it's going to be 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 2 is 2. You add it, you get 6, and that's what I want, the middle term. So in the bracket goes a 1 and a 2, so it's going to be an x and a 2, x and a 4. What about our signs? Same sign. There's a sign of the middle term, which is negative. Let's look at the next one. Let's go with the product line here. What goes here? 1 and 1. And here? 1 and 15. 3 and 5. Morning. Why are you walking around with your 5? Okay, so do you put the cover now in?
No, sir.
Oh my word. Alright, so do we add or subtract the products? We added y because that is plus. So 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 3 is 3. 5 plus 3 is 8. x and a 3 and x and a 5. What about the sign? Same sign or opposite sign? Same sign. Both is going to be negative. Look at the next one. What goes on the line here? 1 and 1, 1 and 6, 2 and 3. You add or subtract the products here. So now that is negative, so we're going to subtract the products. Okay? So 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. So 3 minus 2? 1. And that's what I want. Why? Because there is a 1 there. Okay, so in the bracket goes a 1 and a 2. So it's a x and a 2, x and a 3. What about our signs? The bigger one, yes, gets a sign in the middle term. So what's the middle term here? Plus. So the bigger one is going to get that? Plus. So is 3 or 2 bigger?
3.
The other one gets a minus. Okay? Let's carry on. Number 7. So in number 7, we got x squared plus 3x minus 10. Number 8, we had x squared plus 4x minus 21. Number 9, we got x squared minus x minus 6. Now that's where we start. Start number 7. What's the first step we do? What goes on the line? 1 and 1. For 10, 1 and 10, 2 and 5. You add and subtract the products. Subtract. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 5 minus 2? 3. Okay? So it's x and a. So 1 and a 2, which makes it a x and a 2, x and a 5. What about our signs? Same sign or opposite sign? Opposite sign. 1 plus 1 minus. Why? Because the last term is negative. Alright? So where does the plus or where does the minus go? We must look at the middle term. Not so? So the bigger product takes a sign in the middle term. So the bigger one is going to be the 5x. Not so?
Yes, sir.
It's going to get a plus. It's going to get a minus. Let's look at number 8. The product line here. What goes on the line? 1 and 1. For 21? 1 and 21, 3 and 7. You add or subtract the products? Subtract. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 3 is 3. 7 minus 3? 4. That's what I want. So what goes in the bracket? X and 3, x and 7. What about our signs? Opposite signs. So the bigger product takes the sign of the middle term. So the bigger one, the middle term is positive. So the 7 will get the positive and the 3 will get the negative. Let's look at number 9. Start with the product line. So it's 1 and 1, 1 and 6, 3, 2 and 3. Okay? So what do we do with the products? Add or subtract them? Subtract. So 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. And that's what I want. Okay? So it's x and a 2 and x and a 3. What about our signs? 1 plus 1 minus opposite signs. The product of the bigger product is the sign of the middle term. The bigger one has to be negative. So it's negative and positive. You all understand? Right? Then right, to start with the product line. So what goes first? 1 and 1. 1 and 10. 2 and 5. Do you add or subtract the products? You subtract the products. So 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. So in the brackets goes x and a 2, x and a 5. What about our signs? opposite signs. 1 plus 1 minus. The bigger product takes the sign of the middle term. So the middle term is minus. The bigger one is minus n. Okay? Look at the next one. 1 and 1. For 8 is 1 and 8. 2 and 4. So do we add and subtract the products? Subtract. 1 times 8 is? 1 times 1 is? What's 8 minus 1? And that's what I want. Is a x and a 1 and x and a 4. 8. Okay. What about our signs? Opposite signs. 1 plus 1 minus. Jessica, you striking today? Don't get upset. Am I supposed to have left you to sleep? Oh, now what are you doing, Jessica? With your eyes closed? Okay, my glass is lying to me. Okay. Alright, what about our sides? Opposite sides. So 1 plus 1 minus. So the bigger product takes the sign of the middle term. So there's going to be minus and plus. Right, Jessica, you are. Let's hear from you.
So you're going to say 1 over 1.
1 and 1, yes.
And then you say 1 is 2.
No, 1 and 4, no. The last number. 5, yes. Do we add and subtract the products, Jessica? Subtract. Why?
Because the last sign is
Negative. Nice. Okay. So 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 1 is 1. What's 5 minus 1? 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 1 is 1. 5 minus 1?
5 minus
4.
4.
What are we looking for? You don't know? She am looking at number 12. Her eyes is open according to her. 4 is. So yes, it is 4. So in the bracket goes x and 1, x and 5. What about our signs? Opposite signs. 1 plus 1 minus. So the bigger one is going to be, let's take the sign in the middle term. It's a negative end. Okay. People, that wraps up worksheet, book C, worksheet 2. Not so? Right. Now let's look at book C, worksheet 3. Book C, worksheet 3. Let's look at the first one. X squared plus 8x plus 15. Number 2. Got x squared plus 3x minus 10. Number 3. Got x squared plus x minus 56. Right, where do we start here? Product line. What goes on the line? 1 and 1. 1 and 15. 3 and 5. We add and subtract the products. We add. Okay. So it's going to be 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, I know it's 1 and 15 is going to give you 16, not 8. No? So in the bracket goes a x and a 3 and x and a. What about the signs? Same sign. So both is going to be the sign of the middle term, which is positive. If that had to be negative, both would have been negative. Let's look at the next one. What goes on the line? 1 and 1. For 10, 1 and 10. 2 and? We add and subtract the products. We subtract them, huh? 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 2 is 2. What's 5 minus 2? 3, and that's what I want. So we have a 1 and a 2, so it's going to be x and a 2 and x and a 5. What about our signs? Positive and a negative, not so. So bigger sign, take the sign of the middle term. So it's going to be plus 5 minus 2. Let's look at the next line. Next one is going to be 1 and 1. For 56, 1 and 56. 2 and 28. 4 and 14. 7 and 8. Do we add or subtract the products? Subtract. So 56 minus 1 is 53. 28 minus 2 is 26. 14 minus 4 is 10. Even 8 minus 7 is 1. And that's what I want. Can you see that, people? You'll just see me highlighting what the one we're using, okay? So it goes in the brackets, 1 and a 7. So it's going to be x and a 7 and x and a 8. What about our signs? Opposite signs. 1 plus, 1 minus. The bigger product takes the sign in the middle term. The middle term is plus. It's plus 8 minus 7. Any confusion here? Alright, number 4, worksheet 3, hook C. Let's go. What do we have here? 1 and 1, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. You alright? Alright. We add or subtract the products? We add. Why? The last one is positive. Okay. So it's going to be 1 times 6 is 6, 1 times 2 is 2. What's 6 plus 2? 8. And that's what I want. So in the bracket goes the x and a 2 and x and a 6. What about our signs? Same sign. Both is going to be negative. Okay. Mr. Kanya, why are you playing musical chairs? Don't you normally sit there? Right, you're up against Jessica since you're talking. Go for it. 1 and 1 is nice. 1 and 20? Doesn't sound like you did your homework. Am I right? You do your homework, Michael? Now you see now, how do we build a nation like this? Other projects. Other projects. They don't pass maths. Okay, nice.
No apologies for the interruption. Miss Adams, student teacher, can you please report to the office? Miss Adams, student teacher, can you please report to the office?
Okay, so what do we get here? You add and subtract the products. Subtract. 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 4 is 4. 5 minus 4? 1. So,
my apologies. Miss Farmer, student teacher, can you please make your way to the office? Miss Farmer, please report to the office.
It's an x and a 4, and x and a 1. What about our signs? Opposite sides. So minus and. The next one? 1 and 1, 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. You add or subtract? You add. So it's 8 and 3. Not so? So in a bracket goes x and 3, x and 8. What about our signs? It's plus, same sign. So both is going to be negative. It must sink in, people. We're going to use this all the way to grade 12, and for those of you who are going to study maths at university, you're going to use that there as well. Boys walking past again, Myra? No, you're not. I didn't even know these people there, and you trained everybody. Look. What is wrong with you?
Very nice. Mathematics.
How do you know it's matrix? Your daddy sent you to the school? Why? Oh. To speak to the boys that come to visit the school. Like.
No.
Okay, it's fine. Relax. It's natural. It is, she says. Now, here relax. My girl, look here. But you looking there, you must look here. Relax. Check it off. Go for it. Check it off. There we go. Relax. Good. Alright, here we go. Listen. What goes on the line?
1 and
1 and 30. 2 and 50. 3 and 10. 5 and 6. You add or subtract? So 6 minus 5 is 1. That's all? So it's going to be an x and a 5, an x and a 6. What about our signs? Opposite side. So the bigger product takes the sign of the middle term. So the big one's going to be minus and look at number 8. What goes on the line? 1 and 1. 1 and 2. What about we add and subtract our products? Subtract. So 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So I'm looking for an x and a 1, an x and a. Right. What about our signs? Opposite signs, plus and minus. The bigger product takes the sign of the middle term. The bigger product takes the sign of the middle term. So the middle term is positive, so it's going to be plus 2 minus 1. Let's look at number 9. What goes on the line here? 1 and 1, 1 and 54, 2 and 27, 3 and 18, I think, no? 4, not 4, 5, 6, no? Yeah, 6 and 9, that's it. Okay. Because we add or subtract the products. Subtract. We give you 3, it's going to give you 6 and 9, not so? So in the bracket goes a 1 and a 6, so it's going to be an x and a 6, x and a 9. What about our signs? Opposite signs. So the bigger product takes the sign of the middle term, so it's going to be negative 9 plus 6. Okay? Well, that basically brings us to the end of worksheet 3. Look at worksheet 4. Book C, worksheet 4. Alright. So for number 1, we got x squared plus 11x plus 28. Number 2, we got x squared plus 3x minus 28. So there I can use the same product line, not so. Number 3, another same product line. Why? So all has 1 and 1 and the factors of 28. You see all is the same.
Yes.
So let's just draw one product line here. So what goes on the line? 1 and 1, 1 and 28, 2 and 14, 4 and 7. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. we add or subtract the products here? You add them. Okay. So what must it add it up to? 11. So 1 times 7 is 7, 1 times 4 is 4. 7 plus 4? 11. So it's a 1 and a 4. So it's going to be an x and a 4 and x and a 7. What about our signs? Same sign. So both is going to be? Let's look at the next one. We add and subtract the products here. Okay. We must subtract it and we must get the number 3. So 7 minus 4 is 3. Not so. You see, same. It's the same factors. But the sign is going to be different, which will result in the middle term that's going to be different. Can you see that? So here we're going to have a 1 and a 4, which is an x and a 4, and x and a 7. What about our signs? Opposite signs. 1 plus, 1 minus. The bigger product takes the sign of the middle term. So that's going to be plus and. You see? The next one. Same factors. So do we add or subtract our products here? Yes. We add it. Okay? But it must add up to 29. So what's 1 times 28? 28. 1 times 1? 1. What is 28 plus 1? 29. So in the bracket goes a 1 and a 1. So here goes x and a 1 and x and 28. What about our signs? Same sign. But it takes the sign of the middle term. In this case, both is going to be. Right? Carry on. Number 4. So where do we start? Product line. Okay? Product line. What goes on the line? Okay, I can use that previous factors as well. Not so? Let's go with the previous one. This is using the product line here. The previous one. So, you add and subtract the products in number 4. We subtract it. Not so? So 1 times 28 is 28. 1 times 1 is 1. So in the bracket goes the 1 and the 1. So it's x and a 1. X and a 28. Can you see it's exactly the same as that factors? Can you see that? However, what about our signs? Opposite sign. 1 plus 1 minus. The bigger one is going to be the sign of the middle term, which is 1. Do you guys understand? Let's look at the next one. The next one, the product line is going to be the same for 5 and 6. Let's just see if it's the same for. Nope. Yeah, for this one it's going to be the same, number 9. Okay, so when you move down, you're going to do number 9 first. Okay? Then let's go for that. So what goes on the line? 1 and 1. For 36, 1 and 36, 2 and 18, 6 and 6. Now 3 first. 3 and 12. You could have gone 6 and 6 and then 3 and 12. Yes? 4 and 9, 6 and 6. But you see, I always write it in order so as not to forget any of them. Okay? But if you jump all up and you that kind of girl, it's fine. Yeah? Right, we add and subtract the products. It must add up to 12. So what's going to give you 12? 6 and 6. Can you see that? So you will have an x and a 6 Again an x and a 6. What about our signs? Same signs. Both is going to be. So this could have also be written as x plus 6 squared. This is also what to us. We did this before when we did the other types of factorization. Perfect square trinomial. This is one of those. No? Because at 36 a perfect square. Not so? What's the square root of 36? 6 times 2, 12. So yes, it is a perfect square trinomial. Remember that rule we were doing? Right? If I look at number 6, they're going to use the same product line. But we add or subtract our products here. We added. So what's going to give us 20? 18 and 2. Can you see that, people? So what goes in the bracket? And a 1 and a 2. So it's going to be x and a 2 and x and a 18. What about our signs? Same sign. Both is going to be negative. Okay. You will understand. As we see, we're going to use a product line here for number 9. So let's use we're going to do number 9 first. Right, so do we add or subtract our products here? We add number 9, yes, not number 7. So you must add up to 37. And so, to me, must look here, Michael. No? So what is going to add up to give you 37? 1 and 36. Can you see that? So in the bracket goes a 1 and a 1. So it's going to be an x and a 1 and x and a. What about our sign? Same sign or opposite sign? Same sign. It's going to be same as the middle term. So it's going to both be negative. Okay. Let's look at the next one. Number 7. Product line is going to be 1 and 1. 120, 1 and 120, 2 and 60, 3 and 40, 4 and 30, 5 and 20, 24, 6 and 20, 7, no, 8, yes, 8 should what? 50, 9, no, 9, 10, 12, and that's it. Okay. We add and subtract the products here. Subtract. So what? Subtract to give you 2. Not so. So we choose the factors here. 10 and 12. So I did the back. So it's a x and a 10 and x and a 12. What about our signs? Opposite sign. Why? Because the last term is negative. So the bigger product takes the sign of the middle term. So the bigger one is going to be negative and then positive. You all agree with that? So get number 8. Okay. So the product line goes what? 1 and 1. 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 5, 6, yes. 2 and 78. 3 and 54. 52, yes. 4 and 50. 4 and 59. 39, yes. 6 and 26. You sure 6 and 26? Yes. What else? So 6 You said 12 and 13. Yup, that's hectic, no? Now, if you see what that's did here, we'll check all my factors here. Like it. You see what that it was? I say 156 is equal to, you can put in your calculators. 156 equals. And what is 156 equal to? Right, so 156 equal to 156. You all got it. Then you press shift, and you'll see here there's that circle. There's this button. No? That is your degrees, minutes, and seconds. No? That you use in geography. But on top of that, you see there's a fact. Now to activate any yellow key on this calculator, press shift. That's why I press shift first. No? And then that button. Factorized. So I got 2 squared times 3 times 13. So the factors first is 1 and 156. Then you see there's a 2 there. So it's 2 and something. You see there's a 3 there. 3 and something. 2 squared is 4. So it's 4 and something. Can you see that? Another factor is going to be 2 times 3, which is 6. That's why it was 6 and something. 2 squared is 4 times 3 is 12. So it's 12 and something. Can you guys see that? That's how it should. And then 12 and then 13. So if you go, if you're reaching the midpoint, and then it will then again become 13 and 12 and 26 and 6. And then it's repeated factors again. Can you see that? But stop when it gets basically to that point. Right, so what goes in the bracket? Okay, do we add or subtract?
Okay.
So subtract. Easy. You're calling out the wrong answers on purpose. Mistake, you sure? Okay? I forgive you. I just don't want you to confuse everybody else. Okay? So everybody who's want to follow you. Yes? That's it? No. Right, so people are going to subtract the products. But subtract it and give us what? 1. So what's going to give us 1? 12 and 30. So it's going to be 1 and a 12. So in the bracket goes in x and a 12. And then x and a 30. What about our signs? Opposite signs. 1 plus 1. The bigger product takes the sign of the. So it's going to be plus 30 and minus. Alright, people, you guys understand? Yes, sir. Right, now we're on worksheet 5. Now you guys didn't have this homework, no? Yeah. So that's where we're going to start now, okay? Worksheet 5. So again the question says factorize. What do you notice about number 1 compared to all the other trinomials that we work with? Yes, the first term has a coefficient. What else do you notice? What else do you notice about the coefficient? Here we go. So it's a common factor. It's a common factor of what? Of 3. So make a note there. So we'll take out the common factor first. So whenever there's a common, take the notice, whenever there's a common factor, we're going to first factorize, or we're going to first take out the common factor. Right, so the first thing is we're going to take out the common factor. Okay. So what is common we said? 3. So what are we left with? X squared plus 5x plus 4. Now this now deals with what we have been working with thus far. Not so. In the bracket is your trinomial. What goes on the line? 1 and 1 for 4. 1 and 4, 2 and 2. Not so? So? We add and subtract the products? We add it. Not so? Last time is plus. 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 5 is 1 times 1 is 1. 4 plus 1 is 5, and that's what I want. Not so? So in the bracket goes a 1 and a 1, which is x and a 1. A 1 and a 4, which is x and a 4. Not so? What about our signs? Both positive. Same sign? Sign in the middle term is positive. Do for homework. I would like you guys to do Book C, Worksheet 5. Book C, Worksheet 6. Okay? Okay, Worksheet 7 as well. Okay, Book C, Worksheet 7. People, it's a pleasure. People, enjoy this every day. Good morning, class.